Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about the habits that I noticed myself doing over the course of the week and things that I plan to put in place going forward. You could also innovate, Abby. You could also learn from me, one or two from me, from what I plan to do. So I know that majorly as on an unemployed graduate, like we have this kind of cycle where we just wake up in the morning, refresh our mails, then scroll through social media, check for applications, apply for what are they calling it, jobs, go through the same routine again. Sometimes you might even have tests to prepare for and all those things you get. So like over the course of the week, I noticed that there was this lady I noticed on Twitter. I just sincerely I feel like at that point I was even praying for her. I was praying for myself. Like God, can you answer her on time already? Cause and then when you're going through social media, like you find different people express what you are feeling even better than how you feel it. Like they just find a way to put that words in a single tweet. So like it just be like it's like we're waking up and you get living this life together. And it feels as though people in their twenties, like people in their twenties right now, they are going through the same pattern. I don't want to say everybody because it's not everybody that is going through the same thing, but like it feels like majority of people in their 20s are going through the same pattern. Like we're all complaining about the same thing every day. It's the same thing. Go on social media, what you're currently going through, someone too is going through it, what you're thinking about, someone else too is going through the same thing. So it's like the same rant. So really that lady, I just pray that God answers our prayer on time sincerely, because at this point God really has to do it. I don't know. Sitting on the camera. Okay. So God really has to answer a prayer on time because it is exhausting. So while we're going through that stage, I feel like we could get to the point where we get depressed. Like, so while you are unemployed, I think you should pick up habits. Yes, don't just go through the same pattern. It could get boring, it could even get depressing, sincerely. So, and you don't want to also spend as much time on social media. I think it's even best to not really dwell. Like lately, I think I've been staying off social media. The platforms I really go to, they are to check for updates or something. So and come think about it, what do I do in my free time? So exactly, what do I do in my free time and things that I want to start doing more in my free time so that I don't just live my life, because outside of it, when the job comes to, your life is going to revolve around the job, let's not lie. So except you intentionally bring out and draft a pattern that, oh, this is how you want your life to be. So therefore, going forward, yes, going forward, or let me just put it as generally, as even as we're looking for job opportunities and whatever opportunities we're looking for, create something different outside of your regular norms that you've been going through for the previous since the previous month. So what I mean by that is that going forward, like create a new schedule for yourself. Wake up in the morning, you can decide to go for a run, you can decide to exercise in your house, you can pray. So depending on, I don't want to talk that part, but everybody do your prayer life the way you want it. If you want to pray as you are running, do that. If you want to pray before you run, do that. So yes, do what works for you in that aspect. So yeah, you can run, then when you come back, instead of just like pressing taking time on your phone, like lately I don't just want to wake up and then the first thing I'm picking is my phone. No, wake up, take your mind off screen. Sincerely, if you start your day without screen, I realize that most times when I start my day without, on days that I start my day without my screen, without screen. Those days are always really productive. Like I just do something differently, like it turns out differently. So start your day without screen. That way you have a more productive day. You'll be able to achieve a lot of things. Say, oh, for me, I sew. So sometimes when I'm really in that mood, I can just decide that okay, when I wake up this morning after my regular say prayer time, and decide to do exercise. When I do exercise, I'll be like, okay, so I'm just going straight to my sewing room, like sewing mode activated. I take my time, so before I even realize, like I've spent like 3 hours, 4 hours safe on what I'm doing, and that's when I realize that oh, time has gone. And once I'm done, like there's this sense of accomplishment that oh, I was able to do something productive with my time. Like I really made this. So like you can do that out of hobby. You can do that if you don't know how to sew. You can do that for business, but it's not every hobby that should be businessized. That doesn't make sense, but yeah, it's not every hobby that should be. What's the right word now? Not every hobby should be monetized. Yeah, you could just do a hobby out of love for it, out of you don't want to stay on screen and all those things like that. So there's that. Then the next thing you want to do, sometimes I find myself cleaning. So like when I feel that I'm overwhelmed with the circumstances around me and I'm just in a lot of thoughts. Unemployment does a lot of things to your head. It is exhausting, especially if you're not getting the results that you want to get. So in order not to do that, I find myself cleaning. So like cleaning does something with your mind. You are not it is like you are not present, but you are present. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, I get you. I feel you get me. It's like when you clean, your mind is not on your situation. It is not your mind is on what you are doing, right? Like you are not you are not fine. It is like you are not fine, but you just want to distract your mind. So it is a way of distracting mind from feeling overwhelmed with the current situation. So like it does something with your brain that at the end of the day you feel refreshed. Sometimes I cooked so just to because I find cooking therapeutic. Like I get lost in it and I would not even bother. Like once I'm done safe, I won't even realize I have a problem to deal with. So you could also like bring in those kind of hobby. If you don't, some people don't enjoy cooking, so there's that. You could find what you enjoy doing. Then what else? Yeah, I also read. Yes, reading has a but lately I think I've been lazy reading. I should actually bring that back because yeah, I should actually bring that back. Maybe this going forward this week, amen, I would read the novel that I want to read. So I have this novel, it's a fiction. I should actually finish it. It's by Nora Roberts. Anybody who's a Nora Roberts fan should let me know in the comment section. I remember when I first like hit her when I started reading her book, like I came across her book. That was when I was in secondary school back then in Fego. So I don't know the first book I even read from Nora Roberts, but like it was one maybe romance book. She's a writer of romance, sure. Most of her books are romance. I mean, all the ones I've come across. So yeah. So the different types of genres like of books like that you can read. There's thriller. I think there was one that kept me up all night back then. I really miss those days. Like that particular book, I can never forget. That was the first time I was going to read. I think it was about 300 and something pages, and I finished it in a whole day. I forgotten. It's just funny that I've forgotten the title of the novel. Like it was after exam back then in Fego, and I picked up this book. I read it from morning till night. I didn't sleep. Every other person were asleep already. And what was the genre of that book? It was thriller, or was it thriller or mystery? One of the two. I think it was both or something. Like it was really interesting. It was like this detective was trying to like figure out a crime scene, and then she had this psychic like yeah, that kind of psychic power or instinct that whatever our instincts were always right. So there was a murder that happened in school. In fact, the enemy was within. God, that book was so interesting. I couldn't. Okay, my alarm stopped the video that I was recording. Anyways, that book was so interesting that I couldn't stop reading. Like I could not take my eyes off the book. Ah, God, I miss those days. So, like, reading does something with your mind. It takes you to another world that does not exist. Like, I don't, it doesn't exist, right? Because you are in another world. You have left your own body. You have left your environment. You're not even aware, especially if the writer is very good and they take it to another level where you imagine things that are not even in existence. Like it just does something with your mind, and you are then following the writer. There's some books that you just read and you be laughing. People be like, is it book that, especially people that don't even read? Sorry to the non-readers, but then you don't know what you're missing. Try to read sometimes. So like it is so interesting that you just be laughing. The fun in reading, since reading does a lot of things to your mental health, it does a lot of things to the brain. You learn new words, you learn new habits too, even from reading. You learn lessons. If you're reading in non-fictions, like you could pick real life lessons that you could even imbibe in your everyday activities. So while we're searching for a job and everything, incorporate be in habits or what's God, why is English failing me today? Take up the habit of reading. Yes, take up the habits of reading. So take up the habit of reading. You could read different books, like there are books on finances. It could even be about your field that you're interested in. Read. You could also learn a skill, maybe tech skill, maybe even local vocal skills. I don't mean local, like vocal skills like trade work. You could learn that. You could learn baking. Baking too is one skill that you might really enjoy. It's a lovely skill, right? You could learn what else? You could even learn how to drive. So yeah, you could learn any skill. Just to, like take your mind off. You are adding something, you're adding value to yourself by learning a skill, and you never can tell where your skill will come to play. So that's why you should learn a skill, and don't just go through the regular day to day, oh, check your mail. Like that life could be boring actually. Sincerely, it is not even, it could be, it is actually boring, especially if you are repeating routine. It is like a routine or something. So like just wake up, do the normal thing. There's really nothing going on with your life. You want something to be going on with your life, even outside of interacting with friends on social media or something. Even some of your friends are even busy. So like if you cannot reach out to friends, like it could even hurt and make you remember that, oh, you are sad. So like if you can't reach out to your friends, bro, sis, get something doing with your time. And yeah, reduce screen times for your eyes, for your mental health as well. So reduce screen time, especially now that we even get a lot of bad news every day. Every time I log into Instagram, like it's punch headlines that I'm seeing, that is even like, God, I beg, insecurity, everything, the current situation. If you know you cannot handle it, please just stay off social media. So yeah, there's that. And what else? I think I'll be mentioning other skills I remember along the line in my next video, or if I would ever make a series about unemployment again. Or so well, yeah, navigating your 20s can really be it can really be a lot of work, because you've never done this stage before. It's like the moment you leave 19 and you enter 20s, like your body, your spirit, your soul, your brain, they whole know that no, you've entered a new realm of life that you just have to like figure out how to move through it. So like there's a way, I don't know, I think since I clocked 20, my life has never been the same. My life has never been the same. It's like I launched into adulthood fully, and that's even to even cap it up. Like that's just the beginning of what I was feeling then. I didn't know that life could get a bit funnier. So, but yeah, along the line, you just find out life is actually in stages, and as we journey through every stage of life, let's just have fun in it. Let's seize every moment. Let's not dwell on our problems, because it could become depressing. You never know when your yes would come, so don't stop chasing. Like this saying goes, now person will give up, fuck up, no give up. Yeah, do not give up. That's just it. So don't give up. You don't know, maybe your yes is tomorrow or even the next 5 minutes. Who knows? So don't give up. Stay radiant, stay pretty. My ladies, stay pretty. The guys, stay handsome, stay healthy, stay strong. And don't worry, at the end of everything, it's all going to work out. And yeah, life just keeps getting better. It might not look like it right now, but trust me, it keeps getting better. So I'll see you in my next one, and do well to subscribe. See you next time on the space. Bye.